This is what Ryan Thornton and Chad Coulter on my team, my acquisition managers, do all day long. They use these 5 little tools in the toolbox to be able to get our offers accepted more than other people. So we have competing offers on every single property that we go after. But guess what? We get a majority of them because of these right here. We know when it's a real deal, and we sink our teeth into those deals, and we do not let go. As a real estate entrepreneur, we know that it comes down to 2 things: conversations and making offers. Conversations. Let's just stay on that for just a second, right? What we're doing there is we qualify our prospect, right? And we extract what their pain is. And then from there, we make sure that they're the decision maker. And then we match up our offers to their pain. That is the process. That's the 4-step process that we go through when we're having a quality conversation with a property owner. All right. This is how we understand how to match up and how to make sure that the offers that we present to them get accepted. That's all wonderful in a vacuum, right? That's all wonderful if it's just you and the property owner. But what happens if I go in there and offer $200,000 and you go in there and offer $200,000 to this property owner? How do you make your offers more juicy, more seductive, more of what the seller is looking for, right? And that is, it's really a combination and a mixture of these 5 little knobs, little terms that you can negotiate in your offer when you're actually putting an offer to paper, right? Or maybe you're doing this virtually and you're doing it over the phone, but these are going to help you to get more of your offers accepted. All right. Number 1 is to close faster. All right. Now, if you have the ability to go in there and get them their money and get them out of a situation faster than somebody else's, than a competing offer, because the competing offer, maybe they're newer. Maybe they've been taught that they only can close in 30 days. They don't know that you can close in 3 days or in 7 days. Or maybe they don't have the funds. They don't have the backing to be able to go there and actually close on the deal and be done with it and take ownership of the property. Maybe they're only wholesaling. Maybe they only have the ability to get the property under contract and sell that deal. Well, we've talked timeless times on this show and on this channel about making sure that you have the financial backing to be able to close every single offer. You simply go out and find somebody that's already doing this and partner up with them if you need to be able to close faster, if that's important to them. Again, you don't know that until you extract their pain, until you understand what is really important to this property owner. Okay, but being able to close faster is powerful because it shows that you know what you're doing, and 2, they can get their money faster. Easy. You get it. All right. I'm not going to beat that up too much. That one's easy. Earnest money. All right. If you go in and you offer $10 earnest money, and I go in and offer $10,000 earnest money, I have a distinct advantage. Okay. But there's a lot of different ways that we can play around with earnest money, right? We can make the earnest money non-refundable in a shorter amount of time, right? Mr. and Mrs. Seller, listen, I'm willing to give you more earnest money, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 of earnest money, and I'll make it non-refundable after 5 days. All I need is 5 days to make sure that I can do my inspections, get the people in that I need to make sure that we can move forward with this deal. Does that work for you? And you've got a 10-day inspection with $10 earnest money. You see how things are you're starting to, tweak some different terms in the purchase agreement to make it stronger for them to do business with you? What if you did $10,000 non-refundable earnest, no inspection, because you know it's a smoking hot deal? What if you did $10,000 non-refundable, released to you immediately, seller, as soon as we have this agreement signed? Woo! I am telling you, when you know your market so well and you understand when you've got a smoking hot deal, there should be nothing stopping you from going out there and getting that property locked up. This is what Ryan Thornton and Chad Coulter on my team, my acquisition managers, do all day long. They use these 5 little tools in the toolbox to be able to get our offers accepted more than other people. We're in Phoenix, right? Most of our business is Phoenix, Tucson, and some of the northern Arizona markets. And it is, there are other offers. We have competing offers on every single property that we go after. But guess what? We get a majority of them because of these right here. We know when it's a real deal, and we sink our teeth into those deals, and we do not let go. It doesn't matter. We'll close it faster. We'll give you earnest money. We'll release it to you. And then credibility, right? We get into the credibility part. Well, Brent, I just started in this business. I don't have a lot of credibility. I don't have a lot of backing. Find somebody in your market that does. Find somebody. Consider it almost like an apprenticeship as you're getting started. When you find somebody that you vibe with, that has really good energy, that communicates really effectively with you. That's the number one thing you're looking for with somebody in your market that you can like JV with, a joint venture on your first few deals or partner on your first few deals. You leverage their credibility if you have to. Look at all these deals that we've done in the last year. Here's the title company that you can call and talk to make sure that we're closing deals and we make it as smooth as possible for the property owners that we work with. Here is all of the different flips that we've done, right? Get the credibility. If you need to leverage credibility, go out there and find somebody that's going to do that. And they want to do that because they're going to get paid. It's going to be a free deal for them. But you need to make sure that it's a real deal. But credibility goes a long way, especially when you're talking to here's the interesting thing. Credibility might not be the first thing that the property owner's thinking about, but you could plant the seed in their brain. Let me explain to you what's happening right now in the marketplace, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. We're having this conversation every single day. What people are doing is they're going to give you whatever you want for the property. They're going to put it under contract at a price that they know that they cannot close with. But then they're going to start beating you up every single day and week to get the price down to where we're at right now, maybe even lower. Or worst case scenario, what they're going to do is they're going to put this property under contract, and then they're going to file something called a memorandum of contract. They're going to literally put a cloud on your title. And they know that they can't close here, but they know that somebody's going to have to pay them to remove that cloud, or you can't sell your property. This is happening every single day. I want to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. We've got the toppest grade with the Better Business Bureau. By the way, the Better Business Bureau is a company. If you guys didn't realize that, it's not a government agency. You literally just give them money to get a good rating, right? And then you could actually market with them. We marketed with them for a while to their audience of people that go to Better Business Bureau. I mean, it's really interesting. You should definitely make sure that you've got a really high Better Business Bureau rating. It's really easy to do as a side note, but we've got the toppest grade Better Business Bureau. Here's all the deals that we've closed. Here's all the happy testimonials that we have. Here's some videos that you can watch. We're the real deal, and we want to make sure that this is as smooth as possible. Does the other offer have this?
I got a quick question. So what's a cloud on title, and how would you describe that to a seller?
Yeah, so a cloud on title means the title company will not issue title insurance, which every lender requires, before all the clouds are removed from the title. That means that nobody has any rights to that property or rights to purchase that property or is owed money from that property.
So would an example be, let's say that you're behind on taxes and the IRS
100%.
Puts a lien on your home.
Yes.
That's considered a cloud.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's a lien.
Lien. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little confusing. Clouds on title is just like who actually has the right to sell the property, right? So there's different clouds. Some clouds would be some ownership issues, that type of thing. Cool. Anyway, credibility matters, right? Okay. Number 4, remove the obstacles. Let me give you a beautiful example. We worked with this seller, John, and he had a hoarder house. It was right over here in Glendale, and it was like packed. I'm telling you guys, there was like a goat path through the property, and he knew he needed to sell. He was behind, Mike, on his mortgage. Okay. He was going to lose the property, and, but he could not bear the fact that he had to part with all of this stuff. I mean, it was like phone books. It was like every piece of mail he's ever gotten. It was like bags of like Chick-fil-A, delicious dips. It was like, things that he's owned forever and ever and ever and ever. So we said, listen, what if we did this? What if we had somebody come in, bag and box everything that you have in this house? This is 1,500 square feet, Mike. Floor to ceiling of stuff. We had a crew off Craigslist go in, box it up, bag it up, paid for a year of it to be in a storage facility, right? And then he could go through and pick out what he wanted to do and make sure that he got all settled up. But because we were able to offer that and to like work with him, if we were able to do this, then would you do this, right? The if-then questions are really important on these appointments. If we're able to keep all your stuff, get it organized, put it somewhere in storage so that you can take your time over the next year to figure out what you wanted to keep. Now, I don't know if he kept any of it. I don't know if it's one of those things where he decided to pay for the storage or not or whatever else, but we boxed it up, put it out there. He signed the contract. We got it done and made like $63,000. Awesome deal. But he wouldn't do it unless we removed the obstacles. There's a lot of obstacles. A lot of times we run into, I have a family member living in there and I don't want to be the one that breaks the news to him, right? They don't want to leave. Or there's the obstacles of, I need to go and fix it up before I sell it, right? Do you have the budget to do that? No, but I'm waiting on a check that I'm going to get from this or that, or, I'm saving up to be able to do it. It'll never happen. So remove those obstacles. If you could sell it and not have to put another cent into the property and you're still going to net the same amount, would you move forward? If then, boom, remove the obstacles. And then post-possession. I'm going to show you guys the post-possession agreement that we use, but this just helped. So we had another guy that is moving to Texas. He's got a property here in Arizona, and he wanted to wait 60 days to be able to sell his property because he was going to buy something in Texas. So what I talked to Ryan, this is a couple weeks ago, but the post-possession, I said, listen, tell him that we'll close on it and he can he can stay there 60 days. He'll have his cash in his account, so he doesn't have to make an offer on the property he wants to buy contingent on him selling this property. This happens all the time. People make offers contingent on their property selling. So he didn't have to do that. So he was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And because of that, we got the property at an unbelievable profit. But when you do a post-possession, you want to do what's called an escrow holdback, where you're keeping some of the funds from the property owner's proceeds with the title company until they leave. So they know, listen, you can get this extra, the $10,000 that's sitting with the escrow company as soon as you are out of the property. And so it gives a little bit of friction, a little bit of pressure on them to make sure that they're going to actually move out of there. And there's a penalty every day that they don't. And here's the addendum for post-possession after closing that we use. This was drawn up by our attorney. Any of these, make sure that you run by a local in-state attorney or the title company or closing attorney that you work with so that they can make sure that it'll work for your deals. And we'll make sure by the end of the day today that this will be uploaded in the Academy under the tools and resources. We'll make sure that it's at wholesalinginc.com, and then just go into the Academy, and this will be the post-possession agreement there. And you'll be able to access that and use that if you got a deal that you need it right now. So those are the five. Those are the five that are really going to help you out. They really help our business out on a week-to-week basis because it helps to make sure that we can match up what the pain is for the property owner with our offer.